feel when they are working with Glint. So they're our positive emotions. And the blue ones are how people feel when they are not working with Glint. So we're going to do the spinner, and we want you to find an emoji that you would use to describe that emotion, just to get everybody interacting a little bit. So overwhelmed, how would you let someone know that you're overwhelmed?
Probably that one too.
There's some really fun emojis when you search down, which we definitely spent time doing today.
We had so much fun.
Oh, the melting face. That is very relatable.
Oh, that was a good melting one.
I didn't know I did that.
We'll spin it again. You have a chance to find some more emojis.
Oh, stressed. I'm sure no one here can relate, right? We don't know what it is to be stressed because we're all working with Glint.
I'll go with that.
But let's see. How would we talk about being stressed?
Oh, there's some really cool ones.
Okay.
Let's try spinning because, like, I'm actually pumped. So I hope we get some of those.
Oh, come on.
Until we get a happy one.
But actually, you can set the spinner so that we're going to keep spinning, but you can set it so that it will only come up a certain amount of times, which is a really cool feature that Glint has.
All right, here we go. Motivated. So we're a Glint user. Now we're feeling motivated.
I'm not scared.
Amazing.
All right.
I'm a fairy.
Kyle Williams feeling strong over there with his muscle. All right, so guys, we're going to get started. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for the Glint Glimmers August edition. We're getting ready to go back to school. You can show me an emoji how you're feeling about that. I have mixed feelings. I don't know which one I would choose. But as we get into this, I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Kelly, and I'm a speech pathologist. I am school-based, and I am in New York. And I've been working with Glint for a little while and enjoying exploring and building this program with them. And I'm here with my two teammates today. So they're going to introduce themselves as well.
Yep, I'm Lauren, and I'm also a school-based SLP, and I'm in Pennsylvania. And I have been enjoying Glint since I believe about January. I love it. And I had mostly non-speaking students, so using Glint was like, just saved my life this year.
And I'm Alexis. I'm in Canada. I've worked as a special education teacher for about 15 years. I also have a son who is a complex communicator, so I really understand how Glint fits into schools very well. And I also work for Glint. You may recognize my voice from social media posts. I'm going to get us started. What do I need for getting back to school is a social narrative. And this is one of Glint's classic first templates that we have. And it's a great way to get students understanding that summer's over. Summer's almost over. And for those of you who are new to Glint, anything you share, anyone who gets it can use it for free. And it's interactive. So when I press this button, it's going to read it to you. And I'll go to the next page. They can flip through it like a book, and you can print it, and you'll see that it has, I'm going to blank school. And I want to point out that we're going to share all these resources with you. And when you get it, you can push remix.
What did we do with it?
And we'll just remind you to mute. If you have questions while we're presenting, please put them in the chat. We will have an open question time at the end. But you can push.
Always open.
You can push the remix button, and then this will copy the social narrative into your own Glint account. And for those of you who do not yet have a Glint account, we will be giving you one for free at the end of the session. You can also switch between book and basic mode. I like to go into basic mode when I'm making my edits. And there's some other accessibility features, including highlight when you read. And you can customize this however is helpful and email it out to your students in advance. I'm sure their parents will be really grateful to have a social narrative that's going to help them get excited to go back to school.
I definitely think having these things, it makes it so much easier to transition kids back to school and get them familiar with new faces, new places. So definitely something that's going to be like an easy lift to send.
Alexis, can you reshare the screen with audio? I think it might have frozen with Google.
Oh, could you guys, Kelly and Lauren, could you guys hear it before, or
No.
you couldn't hear when I was pushing it?
Yeah, just unshare and reshare and press audio.
Thank
You'll see.
And we'll go share again. You know, that's why we always have a whole team ready to go. And now it's going to be even more impressive this time.
Summer is
There we
almost
go.
over.
Can we hear
There
this time?
it is.
Yeah, summer's almost over. Now I'm getting like the excitement and the emojis that we had at the beginning. I
Yes.
love that you were all like, she's doing great. We still really like this,
It's
even
time to
without
go
the
back to
audio.
school.
But the audio is the impressive part. And now when it's highlighting it, and thank you. That, like, honestly,
Yes.
those emojis, like, I feel them.
My teachers and
thank-
friends are excited to see me.
I heard it all.
There we go.
And we're proud of you.
So that's anyone who is getting this resource. In fact, when you get these links, you don't need to have a Glint account. And that is my favorite part about Glint, is just how accessible it is. So we're going to jump into our next thing, which, trust me, you're going to want to hear.
All right, so the next thing that we're doing here is we are using a simple grid. And I put on here, I'm going to be using this with all my kids as we head back to school. But the cool thing about this is they're interactive. So when you click it, the kid's going to be able to take a look at where they're going to be going. So bring them back into what it feels like to be walking down the hallways in school. So you could record your school if you wanted to, walking in. And then one of my favorite things here, you're all going to get to see me. I might look a little bit different.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Mena. I can't wait to work with you in speech this year. We're going to have so much fun together.
So again, super fun to be able to even send this home to families. This way they'd be able to kind of have a conversation with their kid about, like, who are the people you're going to be working with this year? We can include their teachers. We can include other providers. Maybe a tour of their classroom a little bit, what their desk area is going to look like. Opening it up to having those videos on there is like truly life-changing, and being able to show kids first-person experiences. So.
Yeah, and I know for me, like, I'd want to come in and be able to talk to my kid about what happens at school. And just looking at this picture, it gives me ideas. What did Miss Mena wear today? Is she wearing those glasses today? Oh, no, she didn't wear them. We have things to talk about. And it really helps reduce that anxiety about going into a new space, either if it's back to school and different classrooms, or a brand new school, and understanding the spaces we're going. So, okay, I'm going to share the next thing and look at the question while Lauren's talking.
Yes, so this one is a simple regulation choice board that you can use as is, or tweak it based on who you're supporting. But this type of resource is great to create ahead of time to support students with different sensory needs and sensory breaks. And so rather than, just telling students to calm down, or this is going to give them some choice. So you can click on Move My Body, and again with that first person point of view, watching. They want to move their body, they want to jump. Or if you do wall pushes, you can see what that looks like when they're doing wall pushes.
I jumped
Oh,
here.
there's my breathing. Oh, sorry, that's okay. So 5-fingered breathing. So it tells you breathe in, breathe out. So that way the student can be independent with their regulation strategies. I know I do it a lot with my students. And so just being able to have them click a button and then watch it themselves while they're in our cozy corner or something, that is super great. Or if they have a favorite song that they want to listen to, they need a music break, just
got this feeling inside my bones.
If they love that, and just pop that in there. So you can do, like you just saw, a YouTube clip, and you can clip it to whatever actual segment of the clip you want. You can upload your own videos. It's so easy to do. And super fast. It's the best. And it makes it so much more interactive and independence for kids.
And a couple other things that are highlighted here, because we know there's some brand new Glint users and there's some people who are already experts. Something I didn't realize until actually I saw one of Kelly's boards is exactly what Lauren did right here at the top, where you can stretch any simple grid to have one of the, I don't know, someone help me with the word.
Cells?
Cells, stretch to a different size and really emphasize it, which is great for this title. And what I love when we were showing the 5-finger breathing is this is a common visual we see in classrooms, but we take for granted that some students really need modeling and to learn that strategy. So here they can independently see the teacher model without actually needing access to their teacher to do it until they become independent themselves.
So this is a great way to use a simple grid that you may not have thought of before. And we're so excited to have you upload your own things and make your own kind of resources.
And
And
you'll
for
notice there. Oh, go ahead,
Sorry.
Kelly.
And for anybody that is familiar with Glint, something that I thought of when we were going over this together as a team is we can also utilize the QR code feature. This is something that could be literally taped to your kid's desk.
Yep.
And like, if you need it in the moment, take a picture of that and boom, you have these videos right in your hand in 2 seconds, which with the population that I work with, we need to be moving quickly like that. So
Brain match. And I was thinking actually having it bookmarked on a kid's tablet or something so that it just opens right away. But then you can also see on this page that it's really nice that you can add multiple icons to a cell or a box. So that way you can show different things all in one space. So it just makes it like easier to show lots of ideas or options.
Yeah, and someone's asking, and you just kind of mentioned that, Lauren, about bookmarking it. It works Chromebook, whether it's shared in their iPad, whether it's shared in the Glint mobile app. If you make an edit, if the editor makes the edit, then it refreshes to whoever it's already been shared with. And we're going to talk about why that's great and for a few other reasons.
Yep.
Right now, I'm going to bring something up scary.
It's like a Google Doc. Think of it like Google Doc.
Yeah, but I'm going to show you something scary, and I don't want you to get too nervous.
Oh,
okay. I know there's lots to
Alexis.
learn. You can rewatch this. We will be posting it later. There's also lots of tips on our socials. The point of today is to give you lots of ideas, and we hope you have a starting point or new ways to use Glint. But here comes the scary thing. It's our weekly student timetable. That really means the beginning of school is coming. And it could be scary if you don't have it yet, or you could be scared and makes it a little too real. I want to show you a feature, how we're going to take this and use our schedule. And for those of you who didn't know, this was something Scott told me, you can search your templates in the side instead of scrolling through them. So we're giving you those quick tips. You can push the upload button, and I am taking my exact schedule I just showed you, and I'll show you it again after. The only other thing you need to do beyond that is choose the number of steps to match the number of rows in that schedule. And I'm going to choose a day, because showing my students a full week at a time is a little too much. I want to break that down into one day. And I'm going to show you, especially those of you who are new to Glint, this is the Glint magic. That is how fast it built it.
Done.
Monday is done. Let's see, literacy, recess, math, science, lunch, gym. We're going to show you. It is the same as our weekly, yeah, you're like, how? That just saved me so much time, because who really likes the way that their school shares the timetable? Not me. And now this is actually useful for our students. And I'm going to show you in edit. Someone wanted to know how to add a video. When you go into edit, you can actually customize anything Glint makes you, which makes it even better. If you don't like that image, you're not stuck with it. You can now upload your video, find something from YouTube, change the image. I'm not doing that all today, because today is Glimmers. We want to give you so many ideas, because we know you all have different ways to use this. There's lots online, and we will be following up with even more later. But something else I'm going to show you, we have our schedule. I can now make that a checklist, and you can customize even further with times, whatever you like. So it really is a way to customize this and make it helpful for students to follow their Monday schedule. And this didn't take any time. And I will bring us up. Yeah, go ahead.
And also easy, if the day changes, you just go into that edit mode and rearrange things, because things happen. And now you can rearrange it and you don't even need to be in the room. It'll just update automatically. If you're stuck in a meeting and you need to, how do you share this with students? So
there's 2 ways, and we're going to be showing you that in about 2 more resources. We're going to be sharing something live with you midway. I love all the time is the best. And in fact, you could give Glint the times, or you could just say put times in, and it will guess when you have dinner and breakfast, and it does a really good job. I'm going to show you now something else, because a lot of us have students who will be coming into our class, but the first thing they do is going on a bus. And when a student goes on the bus, they haven't even been introduced to us. So here's something that you can send students who are taking the bus to learn how to go on the bus. So we've been talking a lot about uploading videos, and I want to show you that that's what we've done here. This does not have any sound, so no worries there. That is actually my son going onto his bus. We've also used a little bit of AI. So I like how this kid started with a run and now he's walking. Because when you tell a kid walk safely to the front of the bus, what does that mean? And there's research around showing first person perspective. This is what it means to stay in your seat. Okay, you can look out the window. So students can watch this and learn how to ride the bus. Maybe it's their first time on the bus and they need to have some reassurance of what that looks like. So you can customize this, edit the visuals, make it really personal to the actual bus, actual driver that they will be riding with.
Yeah, so awesome.
Okay, and I'm going to show you something not made in Glint.
Very, very, it's a lot. This is actually my daughter's second grade supply list. And so I really wanted her to be able to be independent. Like I just got all the things from Amazon and they came in a box, and I want her to be able to pack her backpack, and I have other things to do. So I, just like Alexis showed you, took that PDF and added the file to Glint, and it just popped out for me all the things that she needs to do. And you'll see that the checkboxes, they stay checked from previous versions. But everything that she's going to need, and like I had done before, I could add 2 folders. You can add in multiples of things. I didn't do 24 eraser tops. I didn't want to get nuts with it. Or 24 pencils. But yeah, so she can see how many folders she needs, how many composition books. And now she's independent. So, and it's also like so much less clutter for me because I was like visually overwhelmed looking at it. So now she sees exactly, and she can do it exactly like as it should be and by herself. So I can do other things.
Yeah. And I'm going to show you another version also, still having that check mark checked off from the last time I opened this, which is helpful because sometimes you realize you need to go back to the store. Here's a visual checklist that we made for a student that may be shared by their teacher of reminders to pack every day. And so this student may have their ear defenders that they keep in the backpack and they don't need to check it off every day, but they can go through themselves
Lunch.
and check that they have what they need, which is taking pressure off of them, off of their teachers, off of their parents, while also making them more independent. So these resources, I mean, even I forgot to say, with Lauren's shopping list, this is what I'd rather be taking to the store for myself than this. If I took this list, I am for sure forgetting things, but this visual is exactly what I want. And we're not showing it right now, but you can do Google image searches and add the actual pictures of the actual brands you need. You can just like react with an emoji who needs that for a spouse. So that you get the real brand of what you need. A lot of you are talking about how do we share things? How do we share things? I'm going to right now show you something incredible and share something with you.
Okay, so here we are. This is a flip book that I put together. So I was able to choose what I wanted to be on the bottom. So I chose my favorite Glint core board. And at the top is going to be all fringe vocabulary. So you can see there's the core board. It's also showcasing how we can really nicely color code. And listen, as a seasoned SLP, I absolutely love Fitzgerald's key, but there's a time and a place. And I know when I want things to look visually pleasing, and this is one of them. So I've made them all color coded. So we have art and lunch and music and gym, and you could add whatever you want to these things to have the fringe vocab that you would want at the top, but then be able to generate sentences too, or make requests. Use
scissors.
Right. So we even talked about how this is something that in like the special classes, you know, going into art or music, I know those are teachers that are always coming to me like, how can I make this more appropriate for the kids? Give them this, let them put it up on the board in the classroom. The kid can go right on the board and access it right there for the vocabulary that they might be using within that class. Something super cool about it, Alexis is going to open up to share with you guys.
First, I'm going to do that. Yeah.
Yep.
So you've been wanting to know what it's like to
have with you right now. Take a minute to just scan that, and you'll see how the flip book that you just saw on the screen will go right onto whatever device you're using, and it's interactive right off the bat for you.
And we're all about inclusion here at Glint. So if you do not have a smartphone to be scanning that QR code, I also shared the link in the chat. and you can see it right now because we want everyone to be able to play because that's the most fun. Well, that is up. There's a reason that I don't have my background up. I do love my Glint background, but it would blur out the actual flip book.
We wanted to give you a chance to be able to see when we print them out. And again, seasoned SLP here, have I spent so much time trying to align things and make them perfect and the perfect little lines between, and Glint has done it for me in a matter
Kelly,
of—
I'm having a trauma response right now.
Exactly. Who feels trauma?
When we say Glint has done it, we mean Scott has made Glint do it in a way that, like, Glint is, what we love about all the images is no matter how you adjust it, they fit to your page and they're not, they don't get skewed. They're perfect every time.
Well, it gives you the opportunity when you're printing to say like, okay, well, my binding is going to be a 1/2 inch or it's going to be a 1/4 inch or whatever it is. This way, you know, when you're going to bind on the top, if it's going to work or not for you. But we really felt it was important. You know, Glint is so digital, but it is nice sometimes to have something in your hands, hard copy. And again, that could be sent home and it can be sent through the QR code, or they could have the hard paper copy one at home.
You could use it for water play. A lot of times, my kids are at camp, and that's a time where they're nervous to have the AAC near the water, near the sand. Well, that's when we send the flip book. And I love that the flip book is first of all, the most low-tech AAC, but also the most high-tech in a sense that when you have kids who have not yet gotten gotten a device through any device program, who may need to prove competency on a device before they will get funding, now you have Flipbook to basically make them a mid to high-tech AAC custom to the words that they need, because look how it works, making all of those sentences with the vocabulary they need. The options are endless. With how you can make this.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now we are going to zip through a few more things because we're just really excited to show you. Here is a brand new template to Glint. It is a calendar template. Again, I'm not going to show you how we made this. We're going to be doing all of that in the next couple of weeks online, even more in detail, but I want you to see we have cycle days. So if you run on a number cycle or a letter cycle, that is included on your calendar with special information about each cycle day at the top. You can choose the length of the cycle. You can offset it. So here in the school board I'm in Canada, school doesn't start till the 8th. So we have that here. We've highlighted special days. You can put up to 6 images onto one cell. I did remember the word cell this time. And of course it talks.
Thursday, September 24th.
And we talked before about, does this update for someone who has the link? Yes. So imagine you start the school year and everything changes, because it always does. But you've already sent the link out to families. I am not reprinting all of my calendars and feeling like Inspector Gadget telling them to destroy the previous version. They have it. So everything is there. And we really love a calendar. So we want to show you a few different ways.
So this is a calendar idea that I had come up with. This previous school year, I was working with our life skills students, and something that we were really trying to get them to take ownership over was their day, their month. What are they doing? Why are they doing it? So I wanted them to be able to have access to a calendar that had a bank of things going on the side, and they're able to drag on there. So we could even make it a group activity where this is going on our smart board at the front of the room, and we can say, okay, you know, Alexis, I need you to put gym on September 17th, you know, and that gets dragged over there. Okay, Lauren, you're in charge of library, and we have library the very first day of school, so we're going to put it on the 8th. Just this way, it all gets put on there. The kids are kind of taking ownership over it and promoting so much independence in knowing what they're doing and why and when.
And we can push this export button and it's going to automatically download this exact one. So maybe each student you have has a unique calendar. Mm-hmm. And don't worry, that link in this case, it will be reset to the how you had it when you shared it, when it's shared with new students. So just if you want to save it, they have to export. And I'm going to show you something super familiar. It is this kind of, who's ever seen this? Please show me with an emoji if you've seen this kind of thing in a classroom, this kind of setup. Yeah, I thought so. So this again is in Canvas, and I have a video right here.
Listen. Monday.
Don't worry, you can wait till September to actually hear that song. But we've made sure that it only starts right when we want. That's your morning meeting. That's what I'm saying. You have it
he knows
right
it
at the right time. And you could, again, you could use that simple grid to have a mix of all your morning meeting songs and pick it. We're just giving you so many glimmers here. Here's my today is. Who puts on that today is? You can click the top and we're going to ask the students, yesterday, what was yesterday? Okay, look at the day before. Yesterday was?
Sunday.
Okay, I'm going to find Sunday.
Sunday.
And drag it here. Your next student may have more support needs and they need some guidance. So I can push this question mark. And this is something I did. I linked the question mark to Monday. So if you're going to switch this up, you're going to need to make it. But it took me no time.
Monday.
It's repeatable. You could make a different page for each day of the week and it's done. You will be getting this link, so you can just copy this.
Yeah.
So this is now your morning routine right in Glint.
Let's see.
Love it.
And we are right near the end. So we are going to show you, I'm going to give you a little peek into a couple things. Okay. You are going to get right now your 30-day free trial if you have not used Glint before. There is also the folder of all the resources. And I'm going to show you what it looks like, especially if you're opening it on a phone. Don't get upset. I'm going to leave this page, but before I do that, I'm going to copy the link into the chat and I'll come back here after. When you click that resource button, you may see it like this. It will show up as one resource on your phone if you scanned it on your phone, but really you will see this list view and the grid view. You actually have all 13 resources. There are a couple surprise ones in there, like an art supply sorting activity, and you can decide how you're using that. The students can decide. And then there's also a personal volume sorting activity we didn't show you. Again, we wanted glimmers today. Where are you having your loud voice?
Recess.
Where's quiet
Gym.
voice? Oh no, we can be loud.
Gym.
Okay, so I'm going to go back to this page. We promised you a half hour. We did it in a half hour, but we're willing to stay for a few questions.
And we really hope that, the point of doing this is to give everybody little glimmers into what Glint can do for us, but also we hope that it really gets those wheels turning, because I know every time I see what someone else makes with Glint, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's how I should be using this, or what a great idea. I need to do it that way. So I really hope that coming today, it really got those wheels turning for everybody.
And we hope that when you have those ideas, you share them with us, because we want to know.
Yes, add them to the public library.
We don't, so it's only for 30 days. So we don't, our EBR is not paying for it. We have to pay for it after the 30 days.
So there's a couple things. If you really like it after 30 days, which I mean, I think you got a good idea. You're going to love it. You can ask if you have a school board, a principal, ask them to book a meeting. I will be sending a link how to do that tomorrow as a follow-up to anyone who's here. If you also follow us on social media, the first bookmark on Instagram and TikTok are different ways to extend your free trial even longer by posting online. We want to put Glint in everyone's hands. So those are the best ways to do it.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just looking if there's questions. Thank you for everyone who's been watching us grow. We're so excited.
Yeah.
How do I save this once opened? Bookmark the link we just shared you. We'll also be sharing this resource online. So if somehow you lose your bookmarks, you'll be able to scan these QR codes from the YouTube video that will be shared. Scott, do you have an answer to Jenna's question? Yes, you can add these, Chloe, you can add the August Glimmers into your account. So these will not be shared in the public library. These are a Glint Glimmers exclusive. And the reason is our Glint public library is really protective of our students. So any custom image or video cannot be added to the public library. I can share the folder with you this way, and you can add it and remix it however you want, but they will not be in public library.
Joyce, if you want more information about like how to make things and stuff, it might be a good idea to grab a time with someone on our calendar where someone could from the team will jump on with you for a quick 10-minute call. They show you around a little bit and give you a better idea of how to make these things. Today, we really just wanted to show everybody the things that can be made on Glint with a little look into how they're made. But grabbing a time on our calendar might be best.
And Remix is once you have your account open, I believe. Am I right, Scott? And once Scott says that he's going to make an update for tomorrow. Check back tomorrow. Like, you don't understand how fast as a startup, that things happen in Glint, and the first people Scott and the developers listen to are the customers, and they want to make everything incredible. And I didn't show it, but there's a question mark inside
question mark.
Glint.
Yep, we're just gonna remind
You push that and you put your feature requests right in there, and we'll see what we can do. Okay, Jordan, you have a question.
Yeah, sorry, it's long to type. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm in my account and it has the new feature for adapt worksheet, but then when I click it, it wanted to say like schedule a call. Oh wait, it's working for feedback now, but it wants to say like schedule a call or maybe later.
Some of our newer features, we sometimes turn on for some people, or we want to see if someone's interested, and we get a schedule call just to make sure that it's running in the way that we hope so. And we hope to get that early feedback from people.
Okay, because I use Glint a lot for inclusion, and I'm a little obsessed with this feature right now. Should I just click schedule a call and just schedule it another time?
Do it, especially if you're obsessed.
Yeah.
Schedule that call.
I'm obsessed. This is
Yeah. Like Scott just wrote in the chat, sometimes they're limited release, so you just want to request access for that, and we'll
okay.
get you up right away.
All right, cool. I just didn't know. I have it through my county's public school, so I didn't know if it was like extra or something like that. Okay. Awesome.
Great question from Elizabeth. Do we lose everything after the free trial? You actually maintain your Glint account. You can make 8. I should have mentioned that too with the previous person who asked. You can make 8 free Glints a month with a free account. It's hard to limit myself to 8. Because once I start going, can I tell you, my son was downstairs cooking with his SLP. They started chopping vegetables. I'm like, he needs a soup recipe. And I went into Glint Mobile, made a soup recipe out of the vegetables he used. And then he followed it and cooked that recipe. So 8 a month. It's great that they've made access free to everyone, but you're going to want it more. I'm in Australia. Can we organize meetings in our time zone? Absolutely.
Yes. If you send an email to us, we've been working on getting it on a time that works for everyone over in Australia.
Okay, I'm going to quickly show the Glint resource library, and then I'm going to put up our little timer. Or if, Kelly, if you want to do that. Like, it's so hard. I want to answer all the questions, and that is what our book of time call is, but I know we're all here right now. So I'll just show quickly. We have our library. And there is a public library. You'll see on our social media accounts, I'll start up and again in the fall. I usually once a week share a book companion once a week during the school year. And so there's a bunch in there, different resources, like all these resources that go with the Gruffalo. There's task analyses, early literacy resources. So we highlight some at the top. We want to feature your boards. So share your cool ideas. We will feature them. And then anything else that is shared by anyone is here. And you can search for them. So if you want to do a really popular book like The Hungry Caterpillar, chances are there's things already made about the Hungry Caterpillar. So that's an even faster way to make something in Glint, is look to see what's already made.
Yes. And also, we didn't mention this too, but if you're teaching students that are using English as a second language or ASL, you can also really easily transform these resources into how many different languages? I forgot how many different languages.
More than 50 at this point.
Yeah. And ASL. So it's so accessible.
I see we also have a comment here from a teacher working with the visually impaired, and it is good to just highlight, we do have accessibility features where you can change the colors or put it in high contrast and things like that, all under the accessibility button.
Yeah, even switch access you have, you can use a switch to navigate between all of the resources and program to customize depending on how many buttons the switch has, how many features, because I know each switch is different. You have a county library for your school. Yeah, you have if you're with a group, you get that enterprise, that group, that organization library, which is really neat for working together and sharing resources together. Especially, I know, Kelly, you've said as an SLP, anything you put in there is now available for every single SLP and teacher who is also in your Glint account. So you're not running to everywhere. You're just putting it there and everyone has access.
Right. It really helps make things consistent. You know, in our district, it's like I'm the one who's mostly overseeing all the AAC stuff. So if I make something and I want it to be consistent across the board, it's very easy for that to happen, having that library within our organization.
Yeah, and it's really great because I also do AAC programming, and sometimes you don't want to have to program each device individually, and you can just create these boards and just have kids open the like one-off boards. Subscription for parents. Parents don't need a subscription. You literally just need the link or the QR code for them to be able to open stuff.
Right. Unless the parents want to be creating things on their own, which there is an avenue for that, you know, and we do have parents who do purchase it to be able to make things on the fly. Like, listen, if we're in the grocery store and we need a social story right now, I know nothing else on the planet that's able to do it like Glint. So as a parent, it is great. But if someone is making the resources and sending it home to a parent, there is no cost. As long as that link is available to them, they're able to use it without.
I've been at the hospital with my son and quickly showed him what getting a blood draw is going to look like, including getting the ice cream after. I've also had educators who aren't as well versed in Glint, so I've made the resources as a parent, sent it to them. So there's value all around, but also we love that the people you share it with do not need to pay. I also love that there's still 58 people on here, and no one's asking, like, they're done the questions. I feel like you're here just to catch any other glimmers.
It looks like Karen does have a question though. She says, I missed the part about you said about our images and something don't go into the public library. So that's basically when you create something, we don't want it going into the public library. For example, the spinner activity we did at the beginning, I've used it during morning meeting with my kids' faces on it to take attendance and stuff. So we don't want things like that landing in the public library. So if you're doing it through an organization, it can end up in your organizational one, but it wouldn't end up in the public library. I hope that answers that question.
There is an app too, and the app is it's a really cool way that it's been designed. It's one app, but it can be used by a parent or a teacher who doesn't have a Glint account, and it's basically a way to bookmark and save all of the Glints to be used offline, and they'll have them. That said, if you do have an account, you can also make Glints in the account. It syncs to your web-based account, and you can work back and forth between the two. So I found that really flexible, because I'll have to say, before the Glint mobile app, I was definitely flipping my phone a bunch to make it on the fly. And now, again, that recipe I did about soup was on my phone in the kitchen today. Yeah, I'm so excited to share some of the things. How do we get the folder you shared to our web-based account?
I think we said Scott will be able to, he's going to add a remix button to it tomorrow.
Yeah, you can also open the files individually. Am I right or wrong about that, Scott? Scott's going to put the button tomorrow.
Yeah, save that link. Tomorrow on the top right, there's going to be a remix button, and that will save it to your personal links.
We love this.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. Okay, and that is time, everyone. Thank you so much. Throw us at your best goodbye emoji. How you feeling about going to
your best goodbye emoji. How you feel about going into the new school year, knowing you can do all these things with Glint. We're so glad that you all joined us, and we hope that you'll join us again for another Glint Glimmer session.
Thanks, everybody.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a great night.
Okay. Great job, team. Go, team, go.
I'm going to remove the rest of you from the call. I always get nervous about leaving, like, as someone who's taught online, leaving people in a call and then them having a party without me. So I definitely need to be there.